We live in an ever-worsening climate crisis. As a global and local community, we need to work to reduce our individual and collective ecological footprints. We're here today to present how we can improve our ecological footprints in 4 audited areas: our electricity, water, waste, and transportation footprints. With these suggestions, we can do our part to help reverse climate change. The first audited area we will cover is the electricity audit. We use too much electricity at McLean High School, which is an economic effect on the school since we have to pay for it, and also environmental effects because of the emissions released in the creation of electricity. At McLean, we use electricity for our appliances, but notably our LED lights. With LED lights, it uses up about 76% of our total electricity usage, and every day we use 1,414 kilowatt hours of electricity just for LED lights. One way we can reduce our electricity usage is by reducing the amount we use lights. One alternative light source to LED lights is by letting natural light into the classrooms. So we do this by opening windows or installing sunlights and sun tunnels in the roofs, which will let sunlight come in from overhead as well as light coming in from the windows. Although this doesn't completely cover light throughout the day because there might be clouds blocking the sun or it might be dark out, but for the most part it will reduce the amount of light we use at McLean. Okay.
Moving on to our second audited area, water. At McLean, we have super inefficient faucets and appliances. Like other utilities, the school has to pay for water, and having inefficient appliances adds on more to water bills than necessary. The faucets especially use too much water and oftentimes never shut off. This is shown in the fact that the average American uses around 1,677.9 gallons of water per year just from washing hands. Installing efficient appliances would be one of the best things we can do as a school to reduce our water consumption. However, this isn't a very realistic proposal as it would cost a lot to install all new appliances. A more realistic solution would be to use rain buckets to collect rainwater that we can use to reduce the water bills a little. Having rainwater buckets will increase students' awareness of water conservation on top of lowering the water bills.
Next up is our transportation audit. Cars and buses produce a lot of carbon emissions that are harmful to the environment and to us. Most McLean students report using motor transportation to get to and from school. This includes taking the bus, being driven, or driving yourself to school. On top of this, in the morning and afternoon, there are big traffic jams within the school roads because parents and students are trying to enter, which causes standstill traffic and idling, which produces even more emissions directly into the air around school. A way to reduce our transportation footprint is by introducing electric buses into the bus fleet. Electric buses would greatly reduce the amount of carbon emissions we use, but they would be expensive. So another alternative would be encouraging people to walk or bike to school, which would completely eliminate carbon emissions.
Our last audit is waste. Students throughout the school day throw away too much waste at school. As the day goes by, some students will leave their trash on their tables or on the floor, which leads to a dirtier and smellier school environment. The average American creates around 197 pounds of solid waste annually, in which a big part of it can go into compost. As a solution, making compost bins around the school would help reduce the amount of waste produced by our community. There is a lot of organic waste that could be put into compost bins instead of landfills. All of these solutions will reduce the amount the school has to pay for each category. The school adults would likely approve our proposals, but they would encounter difficulty making sure all the teachers are following the solutions. In addition, some of the solutions would be hard to enact because of the cost or getting consensus with school adults to approve it. If we could make these changes, McLean could be an eco-friendly school and an example to others to reverse climate change.
These were our ecological footprint proposals.
Like and subscribe.